The Switch has been out for nearly a week, and things are looking pretty good for Nintendo. While we don't have any hard sales numbers for anywhere except Japan, anecdotally, everything looks pretty good. Reportedly, the Switch has sold out of nearly all physical stores and is only available online via third-party resellers. Everyone seems to be interested in the new Nintendo Switch. Nintendo themselves have said that the Switch is their fastest, best-selling console launch ever in the US, and that's saying something. In Japan, Famitsu has reported that in the first 3 days, the Switch sold over 300,000 units. Compared to the Wii, which sold around 370,000, the Switch seems to be doing great. The key difference, of course, is that the Wii came out in the end of the year holiday season when people are much more likely to spend large amounts of money. The Switch, however, came out in March. So, the Switch selling almost the same as the Wii at launch without the extra push of things like Black Friday, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, whatever, seems to be a good sign for things to come. However, it should be noted that the Wii U, at least in Japan, also sold a similar amount at launch as well, and we all know how that ended up. For reference, the Wii U sold 400,000 units its first week in North America, and 900,000 within the first 6 weeks. In Japan, the Wii U sold 300,000 its first weekend and over 600,000 in its first month. So right now we're seeing good numbers for sure. The Switch sales numbers are nothing to scoff at. But we've been here before, so it's good to keep your eyes open and see the numbers in correct context. Right now, Nintendo is doing its all too common tactic of decreasing supply to artificially increase demand. So right now, there's a lot of people who want a Switch and they can't find one, which artificially inflates perceived interest. Right now on social media, you probably see a lot of people out there who are desperate to find a Switch and they just can't find one. This makes everyone think, wow, the Switch sure is popular, look at all these people who want one but can't find one because it's sold out. But once all these people eventually get a Switch, then we see how long or short term the actual interest in the Switch will be. The Switch is doing well right out of the gate, but now we have to see how Nintendo plans to support this thing going forward. This time period right now, between Splatoon 2 and Super Mario Odyssey, is the key battleground for Nintendo. Will they have enough software in between the big releases, or will we see another Wii U situation? One of the main saving graces for the Switch is, of course, Zelda. Right from the get-go, Nintendo gave us one of the best games in the last 20 years, one that could certainly last for at least a month or two. Reggie has stated that Breath of the Wild has outsold any other standalone launch title in Nintendo's history as well, even selling better than Mario 64, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. The key here is the timing. Releasing Breath of the Wild as a launch title was brilliant on Nintendo's part. The system itself only has a few games, and Zelda was shown off well before we even knew what the Switch was. So in effect, Zelda sold more Switches and the Switch sold more Zeldas. Everyone wanted Zelda because it looked awesome. Everyone wanted the Switch for the same reason. Pair them together and you get brand new hardware and a 10 out of 10 masterpiece of a game to play on day one. It's no question, the launch has been a great success. But as stated earlier, the easy part is over. The games business, especially with hardware, is not a sprint but a marathon. Sure, you can dash out from the starting line, but can you maintain that speed all the way to the end? Yes, the Switch had a great launch, and Breath of the Wild is perhaps the best Zelda game ever made, but when the honeymoon is over, can Nintendo keep the fire burning? Of course we all want Nintendo to succeed, and they are certainly on the right track, but the next few months are crucial to keep the Switch relevant and in the public eye. How do you think Nintendo can keep the fire burning and keep consumers happy? Now that the Switch is out, what games are you looking forward to that we know about in the near future? We got Splatoon 2, Mario Kart, again, Super Mario Odyssey, and a whole bunch of indie games coming as well. What are you planning on getting? Let us know. And thank you for watching The Commonwealth Realm.